PlayStation.
Hey, Grubgun here for a not a pickup video. This is something, it's just an observation that I was making the other day to myself while playing a game. But it's controller pet peeves, really, is what I'm getting at. Like, each controller is good in its own way, but there's always something about each controller that pisses me off. You know what I mean? Of course, pisses me off. There's always something about something that pisses me off. But so I was playing Black the other day for the PlayStation 2. And it's a shooter game, as you can probably tell by the million fucking rounds on the box there. So, you know, standard issue, you get your PlayStation fucking controller and, you know, you're moving around with the things. But when you're shooting the gun, this is the trigger button, right? This is the shittiest thing for a fucking trigger button of any controller. It's just a button. Like, that doesn't feel like I'm firing weapons at people, you know, taking people's lives. You know, I'm not squeezing off a round. It's just beep, gun, gun, beep, 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 bullet, bullet, bullet. It doesn't feel right. It feels chintzy and fucking cheap. The PlayStation 3 controller, I know, has that little trigger thing on it, but even that feels rinky-dink. I don't know. It doesn't feel satisfactory to me as a trigger of a gun, nor as the accelerator on a fucking car. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? It's just bullshit. But otherwise, you know, I don't like the two sticks so close together. You know, there's always something, but this is what bugs me. That's a bad trigger button. It doesn't feel like you're gonna commit murder with a gun by just pushing a button. It's as good as pushing this button. This might as well be the fucking trigger button. Bang, 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 bang. So anyway, so yeah, so that's my pet peeves with the PlayStation controller. It's generally okay, but that sucks. So that's why, like, nowadays when I'm playing retro games, I guess you could say, I'm generally picking from the Xbox collection I have, because the old Xbox controller feels so comfortable in my hand. It has the proper triggers, so when you're shooting someone or accelerating, you actually have pressure sensitive. Oh yeah, that's good. Pressure sensitive. So, you know, you can squeeze off a round there. It feels like you're doing something. And all the sticks to me feel in the right place. You know, they're not two together at the bottom. And the reason why this feels so comfortable in my hand is because I use Xbox wired 360 controller as my computer mouse. I have it X-patterned up to run as my mouse, so this is my mouse. I use this all the time. This is my tapping the mouse click and scrolling around with the arrow, and this is up and down on the scrolling up and down on the screen. But yeah, I use this every day. This is my mouse, so that's why the old Xbox controller feels so comfortable. Like, this is here's my actual 360 controller. It's pink, but you know, I like it. It just feels so good in my hand, and that's why I like the Wii U classic, whatever, the Wii U professional controller or whatever, that's gonna look like this. It's gonna feel comfortable in my hand immediately, because this is normal to me. The Wavebird controller, oh well, wait a minute, the GameCube controller, this is my Wavebird one. I love the GameCube controller. I love the sticks feel so nice. I love that clicky sound they make when you go around, and all the buttons, because they're different shapes and different colors, you rarely fuck up the button pushing shit. But my Wavebird controller, I'm convinced there's lag in between the controller and the game. I was playing what was I playing? I can't remember, some RPG, and I was convinced that there was a little bit of lag in between my A button pushing and the what was happening on the screen. So I use a wired controller now. The Wavebird is just kind of something cool to have. It works, but once I believed I felt lag, there was no going back from that. And now here's the pet peeve with this controller. It's not the lag, it's this noise that the trigger button makes. For some reason, like, it's got good responsive triggers, but I don't like that sound. It feels like there's dust in there. And even when they're fucking perfectly clean, it just feels like there's something going on in there. So yeah, I just don't like that sound. I don't like... There's a weird tactile quality to them that... It's not as good as the Xbox controller or the 360 controller. But nonetheless, this is probably my favorite controller other than that to use. And, I mean, even this, I find the intuitive nature of using this, actually, it's almost second nature. When I first was playing, what was it? Twilight Princess or whatever it was, it just felt normal to run around with the thumbstick and slash with the sword. It just felt normal. You know what I mean? When I first heard about this, I was like, how are you gonna even have it in two hands like that? How are you gonna know? You're used to holding your thumbs side by side. But I couldn't believe how intuitive this was. Of course, this is not a one-to-one kind of a thing going on here. So there's always flaws, right? But this actually isn't bad. I don't mind this, to be honest. That's the most rinky-dink trigger I've ever felt. I mean, if you're shooting something, it's once again, it's the PlayStation 2 controller syndrome. It's a button. Beep, 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 beep. You might as well hit the fucking A button. Oh, that's good. Go totally out of focus. Anyway, yeah. So those are my controller pet peeves. What are yours? Basically, everybody has one, and I'm just kind of interested in what other people's are. Or maybe everyone's just happy with shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that was that, and it's going to be Grubgun signing out pretty quick. Oh yeah, I was going to say, there's one problem. When you Rikerize your beard, I forgot to mention this in my other video. There's a side effect, and at least it works for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you, but I'll show you what it is. Shields up! Red alert! You see... And it'll just keep going on and on and on and on. And I can't turn it off. Well, hold on. I think I can. Stand down, red alert! Okay. So that's it. Controller pet peeves. Grubgun signing out. Oh, wait a minute. I've got to get my mouse and turn off my camera. See you later.